This is the RPM Radio Motorsports Network.
Welcome back to the Racing Wire Radio Show. I'm Brian Belansky. He is Big Daddy G-Dub. Back on the air with you folks, doing that thing that we do here, talking about motorsports.
Do we do?
There you go.
Hey, Double B, you'd mentioned earlier that we were going to get a call-in guest back on our return to the airways here, and I think we do have one of your perennial favorites, one of mine. He continues to call in. I don't know why he keeps calling us. Maybe you owe him money or something, but joining us on the line is Darren Law. Hey, Darren, how are you?
Hey, guys, how are you?
Congratulations and welcome back.
Thanks. Good to be back. It's under good circumstances, so I'm happy to call in.
Well, that's good to hear. So I heard a little rumor, a little birdie whispered in my ear, and told me that you might be trying on a driver's suit and adjusting a helmet this weekend.
You heard correct. I'm getting back in the seat. Gonna have a little fun this weekend. I've been so tied up with the management of the Flying Lizard program that I haven't had any big race programs over the last year or so. But one of our customers asked me to join them in the Pirelli World Challenge this weekend, so gonna get out there and have a little fun.
So what's the ride?
It's actually a GT3R. It's the latest GT3 model from Porsche, and we're going to run the Sprint X race this weekend in Pirelli World Challenge together. So it's in full Lizard livery, just like the cars that I drove for so many years with them.
Cool. Sounds like a lot of fun. And if I remember correctly, the last time you were in a race car, you had some pretty good results as well at the 25-hour race in what was it, December or January?
Yeah, last December. Yeah, we pretty much dominated that race and won it outright. So that was. I still got it. I'm not that old and rusty yet.
So when you take a year off, essentially, and you haven't spent any time in the car, what is the thought process now? The Sprint X race is what's that? Is that 2 50-minute segments? Is that what it is?
It's basically a 1-hour race with a driver change in between.
Okay.
So it's the same. It's the same format that they run in the Blancpain series over in Europe.
Got it. So you're looking at probably about a half hour in the car. You should be able to work up to that fitness pretty fast, right?
Piece of cake. No worries on that one. And actually, I've been, even though I haven't run a pro race this year, I've been in the driver's seat quite a bit. I do a lot of coaching, and
Good.
We're doing a lot of test and development work with Toyo. So I'm behind the wheel every month, quite a bit.
Oh, good.
So
Good.
I'm not getting rusty.
So when that phone rings and you get someone on the phone and says, "Hey, I got a Porsche GT3R. Can you drag yourself out of retirement to get in a car?" It was a very long deliberation to answer that question.
As you can imagine, no. It literally took a couple seconds, and I said, "Yeah, I'll do it. I'm in."
So get us caught up a little bit on the Flying Lizard season. You guys ran some IMSA. You ran the entire Pirelli World Challenge season. It's the season finale. How have you guys been doing this year?
We have had a phenomenal year. So as far as Flying Lizard goes, we've been very busy. We've run a few IMSA races, had fast cars, didn't have the best of luck there. We do a lot of customer programs. We're doing the Toyo test and development, we're running Porsche Club and Pirelli Drivers Cup, so many different things. And then, as you know, we run or manage and handle everything for K-Pax Racing in World Challenge with the McLarens. And that season has been really good. We've had multiple wins, I think 5 wins, 8 poles, 11 podiums. We've had just an unbelievable season, and we head into this weekend's finale with the Drivers' Championship leading it, leading Team Championship, and leading Manufacturers. But they're but the points are so close. 2 positions could change everything for us.
Sure. So what is the strategery going into this weekend? Do you have to win it? Do you just have to run up front the whole weekend?
Well, I mean, if we win it, then done deal, we got it. So that would be nice. But our biggest priority, so it's our driver, Alvaro Parent. He's the McLaren factory driver. He's leading the championship. And right behind us is the Porsche factory driver of Patrick Long, who used to drive the Flying Lizard for so many years. So our main focus, the priority, is keep Patrick behind us, period. Whether we win it, then it's a done deal. Whether we finish second, he has to be behind that or wherever. Obviously.
Right. So, a lot of the cars in the Pirelli World Challenge, the GT3 cars, are not cars you see on the road very often. You've got the Lamborghinis, you've got the Porsche GT3Rs, you've got your McLaren. So I'm driving along, the highways and byways of Los Angeles here. Now, we're pretty fortunate in LA because if there is a supercar anywhere on the planet, there's somebody in LA who owns one. And so I'm zipping around last week, and I see this car coming up behind me in my rearview mirror, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's not a Corvette, no, it's not a Ferrari, and sure as the dickens, as it comes sliding past me, it is a McLaren, and you guys get a lot of McLaren owners coming to the racetrack with their cars, and is there that kind of a following yet?
There is for sure a following. We have a lot of McLaren owners that have contacted us and have been to the track and want to come out. Quite a few of them like to do track days. They're very much enthusiasts. But it's definitely a smaller following than someone like a Porsche. But it's growing, and the cars are they're phenomenal. So it's been going pretty good.
What's the difference between the road car that drove past me, and keeping in mind he was remarkably close to the speed limit? I was shocked because he came past me slow enough that in my little Toyota Corolla I could actually tell it was a McLaren when it came by. What's the difference between the road car and the car you guys drive on the racetrack?
There's a lot of shared parts, a lot of shared technology. The engine is identical. The tub or the centerpiece of the car is identical. We run the same thing as the road car. Obviously, we have a lot of aerodynamics, diffusers, splitters, diplanes, wings, a lot of things that the street car doesn't have. So those things are different. And then, the entire body on the car is carbon fiber. So those are obviously different. And then, we run obviously bigger wheels and a little bit suspension geometry is slightly different, but there's quite a few similarities to the street car for sure.
He's Darren Law, the team principal for Flying Lizard Motorsports, driving the McLarens this year in the Pirelli World Challenge Series, getting back into a race car this weekend, driving a Porsche, and he's joining us here on the Racing Wire Radio Show. As we get ready here to wrap this up with you, Darren, I have to, I guess, wonder, is there, because these cars are extraordinarily reliable, from race one of the season through this finale, how much are you guys doing from a major maintenance? I'm sure you do your, nut and bolt the car every weekend, and you're obviously changing tires and that kind of stuff. But, how many parts, is the transmission, the motor, is it the same one that you put in at the start of the season? Is that what you're running through the whole season? Is it been just as reliable as it seems?
Yeah, you know what? It is seriously amazing, the reliability of these cars. Obviously, we do, like you said, the standard nut and bolt and standard service items, and we always we time everything out. We have a lifing of parts, so
sure.
Nuts, bolts, axles, whatever, all that stuff gets changed out. But we run for this car, we'll run an entire season, race season on the engine without a rebuild. Transmissions get a mid-season service, but it's been really, really impressive.
When you say lifing a car, for those of us, or for those who don't know at home, basically you determine that an alternator can go this many race miles, and then it just gets swapped out as a matter of preventative maintenance. Whereas here on our street cars, our alternator stays in until it dies. So basically that's what lifing apart is, correct?
Exactly. We track hours or mileage on everything, and it has a lifespan. And like you said, even though it may be working fine, it becomes, with the stress as everything, it comes to a point where there's potential for it to fail after X.
Right.
So we change them out no matter what, because we can't have a failure that ends our race and our championship if it happens. So we pull them no matter what.
So the Sprint X race, are the McLarens racing in that race as well, or are you guys just doing the Porsche?
Just the Porsche and Sprint X. McLarens are solely focused on GT, and we could run them in Sprint X, but we definitely don't want to. We don't want to run any risk of any issues, especially since we're fighting for the championship this weekend.
So you don't have to worry about team orders. If you got to move over for the other guys, you can just race your heart out and try to win that race, right?
Yeah, if we could just win it, I'd be happy with that. That'd be fine. That'd be good.
Hey, Darren, good luck this weekend. Thanks for spending some time with us. We really appreciate it. And maybe in a week or two, we'll have you back on talking about a championship. How's that?
Yeah, hopefully we'll be talking about championships. Love to do it. Thanks, guys.
Sounds good. That's Darren Law from the Flying Lizard Motorsports K-Pax Racing Team joining us here on the Racing Wire Radio Show. When we come back, got a whole lot more. Stay with us.